about rewiring the entire banking system and what this looks like maybe in 10 years or 20 years, we underestimate how big that change is and how profound it is.
The payments giant says that it's integrating FiUSD, a new stablecoin from Fiserv, into its global financial network. Fiserv runs Clover, a point-of-sale system that rivals Square and processes 90 billion transactions a year for small banks and merchants. Now, those banks can issue cards backed by stablecoins and move money instantly, even on weekends, without traditional wire transfers. So this isn't MasterCard abandoning its old model, it's upgrading it. The money may travel on-chain, but the fraud tools, rewards, and interchange fees still very much MasterCard. Shares of Visa also rallied on the news. So stablecoins aren't replacing the card business, but they're starting to power the plumbing behind it.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
Give a type of money that can only be spent for a specific number of reasons. And some worry about that state control or whatever, but like in this particular narrow use case, you want to give checks to individuals to get the economy moving again. Yeah. So if you think of programmable money that expires if you don't spend it.
Who knows, maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
They want a central bank digital currency, soak everything up from the banks, which they don't like. Then the central bank will have all the money and they'll, find who to lend it to. And there are various levels of these plans, but that's an idea that's been floating out there for a long time. And central bank digital currencies in some form, maybe stable coins, are coming. If we had stable coins that are Treasury backed, it does the same thing.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And I told you that we would get a first quarter pullback, and that's what happened. And then also I told you that tariffs would get stepped up, and that's what happened. Layoffs would pick up. That's what happened. So the Crypto Teacher gives you a warning like Noah and Gilgamesh, whichever one you want to call it. But we will get some type of reset this year. Most likely stable coins are the catalyst. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten. And more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had Bitcoin and crypto get a lift overnight. As I'm doing this video, we are slightly pulling back. Now, don't forget we have CME that opens tonight. We know it's going to move the market. And then once yield rates get to moving again in the morning, it's going to move the market again. So, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We had yield rates on Friday move up, but well off the highs. Yield rates are going to continue on moving up. And now, since we got these horrible numbers, we know the Fed is not going to cut rates. So if they do cut rates, September would be the earliest. And then we have the dollar. The dollar was slightly up on Friday. And when it comes to the dollar, it's going to slowly weaken because we know Trump wants to get us on this level playing field by devaluing the dollar. And of course, that's going to cut the debt. And then we have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And we had CNBC, the main news channel, not the money channel, but the news channel, play a clip on stablecoins. So while the Genius Act is being pushed, we also see the mainstream media trying to push it, trying to inform the people of the change. Remember, over in the emerging markets, they're used to using this technology. Just in America, we're not used to using it, but we are used to using fintech banks. Only thing they do is tap and they keep it moving. And the same thing is going to be with these digital assets. They'll never know they're using them. They're just going to tap and keep it moving. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then, of course, we have the Fed repo was at $285 billion on Friday. And as we can see, these repos have been high. We did get a lot of auctions, so that helped yield rates to pull back. But like I stated, we're going to see yield rates climb right back up. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And when Jerome was in the House testifying in front of Congress, FedNow came up a few times, and we have FedNow and this clearinghouse is getting absolutely no news. And remember, FedNow does have the capability of interoperability, so you'll be able to plug in these digital assets technology, and in 2026, we're going to see a whole lot more banks adopt FedNow and this clearinghouse. Right now, I think they only have like 1,400 banks. But this is going to speed up. Why? Because now we're going to have regulation. And FedNow and the clearinghouse is the speeding up the plumbing when it comes to the payment system. Real-time payments, and all the banks are going to be doing the same exact thing. And of course, with real-time payments, it's going to free up trillions and trillions of dollars of liquidity. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, and we know liquidity is the game. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs were down at close on Friday. Now we have Rex Osprey to launch Solana and Ethereum staking ETFs, and we know eventually these ETFs are going to get approved. Staking with the ETFs are eventually going to get approved. Again, regulation is going to be the key. And then once one of these companies want to launch an ETF, it'll automatically get approved as long as they meet regulation standards, but we don't have to wait. And a lot of these ETFs are going to get approved at one time. That means a lot of money is going to flow in. And then once we get the stablecoin regulation, only thing they have to do is push a button and they can mint trillions overnight. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Coinbase named one of Time's 100 most influential companies in 2025. And we know Goldman Sachs had his hands all over Coinbase and Circle. And we know Andreessen, my guy, was there 100% of the time. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have CrossMint teams up with Visa to enable AI-powered on-chain payments using tokenized credentials. And remember, tokenized credentials is like a digital ID. Instead of using sensitive card information PAN, it replaces it with a token that it has that information. So MasterCard and Visa are not going anywhere. They're just implementing this technology. And we know these big banks have been here from the beginning. They've been funding the whole process. And never forget, Bitcoin was supposed to get rid of the big banks. But as we can see, Bitcoin was used by the big banks and big corporations to make themselves even more powerful as we move over to this fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, genius plan, just evil genius. And then lastly, we have David Sachs, the crypto czar, says July will be a big month with bill signing for Genius Act and Clarity going to the Senate. And we have Trump, and the Trump president has been pushing this digital economy. And like Trump stated, I'm the president and I'm pushing this new crypto industry. A lot of that went over a lot of people's heads, but I've been telling you this from the beginning. We've never had a president push a financial sector. The reason why is so important because we're moving over to a whole new economy. And those who get what's going on are going to fall on the right side of history. It's going to pay off. And like Jerome Powell stated, a lot of people are going to get left behind. So you definitely want to choose which side you want to be on, because either way, we can clearly see the fourth industrial revolution is coming, and you have to see the agenda behind it, because the machines are going to take over this economy, and the sheep are going inside the virtual world where nothing is real, a real life video game. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.